This is a follow-on video from the last video I did with this ERA 6 pin, the cylinder that was bent, and we single pin picked it. As you can see, I've put it out of its misery. I've taken its contents out and I've put them inside this ERA 6 pin cut through lock so we can actually see what's going on. So the first pin, which is a standard pin, was quite deep set, and as you can see it's binding on this lock. So I'm going to push that pin down. We've got a nice click there. One thing I didn't mention on the previous video is when you're using top of the keyway tension and you've got a deep set pin, you're often having to reach over this wrench, which is not easy to do. So pin 2 gave us a nice click too. See if we can get pin 2. Pin 1's just dropped up. Of course the binding order is going to be slightly different in this lock, I'm sure. There's 1, there's 2, 1's dropped up again. There we go. 3, 4, and now pin 6 has given us a bind like we had before. Pop that down, and at this point we dropped into a full set. Let's just see which one of these pins is not allowing the lock to go into full set. Our pin 4, which hasn't been set yet. Down you go, pin 4. There we go. So now these 3 spool pins were sitting on the top of the spool, was sitting on the shear line because of the bitting in the lock, and that's why they haven't actually gone into a full set. They're all set. This pin is set, and pin 6 at the back there is set, and now we've dropped well and truly into a full set on this pin here in pin chamber 5, which is a lovely spool pin there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position the pick on top of pin 5, and we're going to feed in some counter rotation, and you can see that spool pin is now making its way down the pin chamber. It's going down, and make sure the pick is very much on top of it, and I'm backing the tension off a little bit. Down you go. Okay, it's making a bit of a meal of this one. Let's try one more time. Counter rotation, and that pin is set, and the lock is open. And that's pretty much what happened on the last time we single pin picked this blind. So we got the standard pins on the front and back. We've got 3 spool pins there that are pretty they just basically don't do much at all because they're all pretty much on the shear line. And then we had this pin chamber 5, which obviously has a deep set pin, which gave it the space then to get caught on the shear line and for us to be able to pick it. So that's the visualization of what we were doing in the previous lock.